to make planning much easier, and that is to link the subjects to the learning outcomes. So if you have a look again, it's a Excel spreadsheet that identifies the PLU. Again, the PLUs are here right on the bottom. Each PLU has its own tab, and as it's a master, the format itself is exactly the same for each of the documents. The only difference is that it will be specific to the elements and the learning outcomes per PLU. So the subjects in the school will be across the top. We would add in more that you would require, but those are the ones that we are looking at today. So PLU is here, your element of learning is here in the dark, bold, and then you have the learning outcomes separated here. So what the idea is that you pass this around the staff, or the staff have access to this through the SharePoint, and they will then identify whichever learning outcomes that their subject would be able to assess. Now, we're not specifically asking any particular department to go for communications or literacy or numeracy or personal care. We're giving this to every department who can identify any learning outcome. So if you have a look here, we have a few examples. So here we have a few entered in, and what happens is at the end of the day, when we collect all of this data, the total number of subject areas that have identified that a learning outcome can be assessed in their department will pop up here. So here you can see that 10 departments can actually assess this one learning outcome, which means that allocating or taking ownership of that learning outcome becomes much easier across your staff. Now, as this is a working document and an open document, this means that any staff member who is assessing an L2LP student during the year may have realized, oh, actually, I can assess this learning outcome, and can go back into this document and reallocate that learning outcome to their subject, which means that we are constantly building on the number of subjects that can assess a L2LP student.